Hey guys and gals, how you doing? How are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for hitting that play button. Let's go. Pumping you guys up. Let's go. Appreciate you being here. So let's get right into this, guys. I'm gonna check the stream quickly. Make sure we're okay, that you can hear me. That's kind of the main thing. That's kind of important. Well, let's get right in. Okay, good, perfect. All right. Okay, good. Music. All right. I'm my own mod here. I gotta make sure things are good before I go on, you know? Thank you for understanding. Let's go. We're getting right into this. This is for you parents homeschooling your kids, your children. 100% support you in that decision, and I'm here to help if I can. It's probably a lot of work on your plate, so I'm here to help. Also this is also for any students that probably are looking for additional help and support. Maybe you have a cruddy teacher. Right, I don't want to go on a tangent, but there are those out there. So you're obviously probably on the YouTube searching, looking for something to help you in a particular area, which is fine. That is okay that you're here. Also understand. I also understand. All right, so hopefully I can help you. You're definitely welcome here as well. Appreciate you hitting the play button and watching. So let's go. We're just going to go over some definitions today. Nothing too crazy, nothing too critical. I'm just going to be talking about words, talking about shapes, and different things. The key terms we're going to be talking about, guys, just to give you a heads up. Area. I'm just going to talk about area. What is area? What is a rectangle? Most of us know what it is, but we'll just talk about it anyways. Some of you this may be basic stuff and such, but there are those, that could use the additional support. Maybe it's new to them, right? Squares, triangles, triangles. There's different varieties of triangles too, guys. And what is a composite figure? Ooh, that's a good one. What is a composite figure? Let's find out. Okay, first I'm going to begin with an AI generated overview. Definition of area in mathematics. Okay, in mathematics, area is the measure of a I'm good. Just distractions in the background kind of throw me off. In mathematics, area is the measure of a two-dimensional space or region enclosed within a boundary. Okay? Of course, you can see here in this image, there's a few shapes, right? We could kind of quickly talk about some of them, I guess. So, area. It quantifies the amount of surface occupied by a shape, often expressed in square units like square meters or square feet, for example. I'm just going to, I think I could maybe bring up this image. Let's see. Maybe, we'll see. I'm going to just kind of do a snipping tool here quickly. And go like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to click, I'm going to close this. Okay, so this is kind of the image I have right now. What is area? We're talking, so just so you guys know, when we're talking about area, we're referring to two dimensions. Okay, so I recommend you get used to horizontal being X and vertical being Y. Okay? Trust me on that. That's common in normal practice and procedure, if you will, within mathematics. So X is horizontal, Y is vertical. So we're talking about two dimensions, okay? A flat surface, okay? Let's continue reading. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Two-dimensional. Area refers to the space within a flat or two-dimensional shape. Not three-dimensional, right? Not, right? We're only talking about 2D here, guys, not 3D. The last section I was getting into volume and such, that's 3 dimensions, guys. Okay? And another term people use for a flat surface is a plane. P-L-A-N-E. Okay? Like a surface or a plane. Okay? Measures of space, it determines the amount of surface the shape covers. Essentially, how much space it takes up. Essentially, right? So what they're talking about is all of that surface area. That's area, guys. Okay, all of that surface area. Oh, look, I could even color it. Look how magical that is. I didn't know I could do that. But let's do it. Whoops, I didn't mean to color outside the lines, guys. I'm sorry. Can I actually undo that too? Oh, you can. Nice. I haven't saved it. I'm still in the middle of this. I don't normally do this kind of stuff with snipping tool. But there you go, guys. That's what they're referring to. Okay? All of that surface area. That's the area. Okay? Let's see, for example, you wanted to cut a piece of paper that filled that shape, right? You would be basically cutting out a piece of paper that whatever area it is to fit that area. Okay, what else can we... Area is measured in square units because it represents the number of units squares, right? So yeah, I can show you what they mean by that, units and such. We'll do some examples that fit within the shape, right? I'll show you guys what that means, so stay tuned. Area has many practical uses, including calculating the amount of carpet needed for a room, for example, the amount of paint for a wall, or the size of a field, right? Whether it be a football or a soccer. For example, the area of a rectangle is calculated by multiplying its length and its width, right? So, like, this is a square, obviously, all sides are the same. But for, let's say you had two squares side by side, okay? Two squares would give you a rectangle, right? So you calculate its base and then its height. However you want to look at it, same thing, width, height, all right? While the area of a circle, we'll get into that. We'll talk about circles soon. Area is the amount of space occupied by a two-dimensional figure. In other words, it is the quantity that measures the number of unit squares that cover the surface of a closed figure. The standard unit of area is square units, which again we'll get into what they mean by that, which is generally represented as square inches, square feet. So yeah, if you actually have a unit, like at inches, or like, typically you'll measure something with a measuring tape, right? That's common. You can also measure with a ruler. That's typically in inches, or if you're using a measuring tape, it would be feet inches. If you're using another type of ruler, it could be a metric ruler. You would be measuring in possibly millimeters or centimeters. Okay. So what's the next thing? Rectangle. Let's talk about a rectangle. So I'm going to just close that. Don't need that anymore. So here's an example, right, guys? Quickly. So 2D is, so what you're looking at here is actually a 3D cube. This is two cubes side by side. As you can see, just like I was talking about, we were talking about the top surface area. That's two dimension. That's two dimensions. But when you're looking at it from this view, you can see the third dimension, right? Now I know a lot of you understand this, but again, just please be understanding, and this is for those that are possibly learning, new to it, whatever the reason is. They're here to watch as well, so thank you for understanding. Again, if this is kind of a little more advanced or not as advanced for you, what I mean is, let's say you already understand all this, check out the next video, and stay tuned. That'd be great. It'd be great to have you. Okay. All right, so if we're actually looking down on the top plane, this is a plane, a surface or a plane. Okay. And then of course, like I was saying, two squares can also make a rectangle. So that would be the width and the height. But of course, if I'm looking at it properly, this would be the width and this would be the height, right? But of course, it's easier to see the top surface right now, right? And of course, we have also some triangular shapes. It's hard to tell. Those don't look like 90-degree angles. So I'm not gonna assume the shape. It could be isosceles, they could be, anything, right? There's different triangles. This one looks like it could be a right triangle. And then of course here you basically have half a circle. Of course, you've seen this sort of stuff before. This would be like a compass set. I guess it would be called a compass set. And you probably will end up using one. Yeah, compasses. Right? I don't know, I'll see if I can find some sort of image so you know what I'm talking about. This is a really good brand, to be honest. It's on, I don't know, I'm not recommending the website, but I just wanted an image. That's a terrible image from looking at something, but that's what it is. You don't have to buy it here, okay, guys? I don't know if this is local to you or not, but Stadler or whatever, really good brand. But that's a really good set. Typically, you would kind of buy the cheaper sets when you're in high school. It's probably what your parents may buy you. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into that, but that's essentially what that is. Okay, let's talk about, we got area down. What's next? Rectangle. Definition of a rectangle. Again, we're bringing up AI generated overview. In mathematics, a rectangle. So I should bring up a shape. We don't really have any shapes, do we? Let's see, here we go. Okay, here we go. This will work. Okay, I did scan some, or snipping tool, some images earlier. So don't worry about this stuff right now, guys. Let's just look at the image, okay? So we're looking at horizontal and height, width and height. That's a rectangle, where two sides are the same length and the other two sides are the same length. Of course, with a square, all four sides are the same length, right? Okay, so in mathematics, a rectangle is a quadrilateral four-sided polygon with four right angles. What they mean by right angles, right angle, just think 90 degree. I wish there wasn't a hand here. I wish I had a pointer. I don't know why there's a hand. Oh, there we go. As soon as I zoom, then it becomes a hand. So what they mean is right here, every corner. So you have a horizontal line and then you have a vertical line. This vertical line is perpendicular. Okay, parallel means two lines in the same, going in the same plane with each other. This is in the same plane as this line. This is in the same plane as this line. Okay, these are parallel lines. Parallel, parallel, parallel. Okay, this line and this line is they're perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular. Okay, so that means 90 degrees. Okay, so let's continue. Opposite sides are equal in length and parallel to each other. A square is a special type of rectangle where all four sides are equal in length. So apparently a square is a rectangle as well. Who would have I wanted to say who would have thunk it. I know it's kind of funny to say. Okay, four sides. It has four straight sides which form the boundaries of the shape, right? Four right angles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles. Oh, that square there represents a 90 degree angle. That's what that is. This represents 90 degrees, okay? Okay, all four angles inside the rectangle are right angles, meaning they measure 90 degrees, okay? Opposite sides equal and parallel. The two sides that are opposite each other are equal in length and run parallel to each other, right? Just like I was talking about, I actually already brought this up, but this will kind of reassure you, I guess, a little more. Diagonal lines, I don't want to get into that. So we don't have any diagonals, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay, let's stick with the topic. Area. The area of a rectangle is calculated by multiplying the length and the width. So this times this. And you only need one side. One side, one side. That's all you need. Okay? The perimeter of a rectangle, okay? Perimeter, I'll just read it and then I'll explain. The perimeter of a rectangle is the total length of all its sides calculated as 2 in brackets. I guess I'll show it. Okay, so area equals length times width. Okay, and then perimeter of a rectangle, oops, 2, so L plus W. Okay, so you're basically adding where am I today? Right here. Sheesh, got a few things going on today. So width, height, right? And because there's 2 of them, that's why it's multiplied by 2. Okay, essentially the perimeter is, just imagine your this could be, I don't know, a building or something. You're looking down on top of a building like you're a bird or something, and you're walking here. So if you're walking this distance, if you walk, you're walking, you're having a good little walk today. You feel like getting some good exercise, you're walking all the way around. Basically, you go from start to finish, that's the distance you walked. Basically, that's the perimeter. Okay, again, area is this surface, right? All of this surface. Okay, that's all area. Perimeter is just, imagine you're adding up the distance that you walked. Okay? It's essentially the same thing. Okay? A rectangle is a 4-sided polygon in which the opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. It is one of the types of quadrilaterals. I know they're kind of big words. Don't let them scare you. You can know about it, but you don't really have to use it in daily conversation, okay? In which all 4 sides are right angles or equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 times 4, guess what? It's 360. The rectangle is a special type of parallelogram with all its angles equal. They're calling it a parallelogram? Right. Okay, we're not going to go into those definitions, but you just kind of need to know the words and know of it or about it. So, what are we doing here for time? I don't want to make this too long. Okay, we're okay. We'll keep going. Back to here. Where am I here? Right. We're looking for square now. Okay, so let's do a square. I kind of did it backwards, but here we are. Here's a square. Bear with me, guys. Okay, square. Okay, all 4 sides are equal. Again, if you put a square beside another square, you get a rectangle. But all 4 sides are equal in length. Okay? So basically, you could walk one distance, and let's say you decide to walk the whole distance, you could just go 4 times one side will give you your perimeter. Okay, hope that made sense. All you need to do is just measure this distance, multiply it by 4, will give you the total perimeter. Okay? Right, whereas it's kind of different with a rectangle because, well, one side's longer than the other, right? So you have to go one side plus another side, add that together, and then multiply that value by 2. Okay, a little extra work, but no biggie. Okay, so what is a square? In mathematics, a square is a four-sided plane figure, right? Two dimensions, guys, just like you're looking at it on a flat surface. Okay. It's also a quadrilateral, where all four sides are equal in length and all four angles are right angles, or 90 degrees, right? Again, if you see this square symbol here, that represents 90 degrees. You'll see that with right triangles too, guys, okay? Which we'll get to in the future. This is not a right triangle, but actually if you drew an imaginary vertical line here, you would have two right triangles. So I believe this is a isosceles, if I'm correct. Again, two triangles would make this shape too, right? So two right triangles. We'll get into that. I'll explain that again in the future. In the future. Okay, it's also a special type of rectangle, an equilateral one, and a special type of parallelogram, an equilateral and equiangular one. I don't know, so I didn't mean to confuse you with that extra jargon. It's part of an AI overview. Generative AI is experimental. Here's a more detailed breakdown. I probably should have went straight to Wikipedia, but anyways. Regular quadrilateral. A square is a regular quadrilateral because it has equal sides and equal angles. Equal sides, all four sides of a square have the same length. Right angles, each of the four interior angles, right? Interior, meaning inside. All four of them, 2, 3, 4, measures 90 degrees. Parallel sides, opposite sides of a square are parallel to each other, right? Parallel means they're on the same plane. So imagine if you have a car driving this way and you have a car driving this way, both cars are driving parallel to each other. But if you have a car driving this way and a car driving this way, let's just hope there's a red light. That's perpendicular to each other, okay? Square in geometry, a plane figure with four equal sides and four right 90-degree angles. A square is a special kind of rectangle, an equilateral one, and a special kind of parallelogram. Again, an equilateral and an equiangular one, meaning the same. I imagine the word equi, EQUI. There's probably some kind of Greek version of equal. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. But it starts off with equi, so I'm thinking equal sides, equal. So that's why it's called equilateral. Equiangular. Okay, we won't get into that terminology, but you just need to know about it. I wouldn't worry too much. They're not common words used in daily discussions between regular people. I'll just say that. Between educated people, yes. Between regular people, no. Okay? All right. Quick drink of coffee. All right. Triangle. How are we doing? Okay, not bad. I want to try to finish this up, to be honest. I don't want to turn it into 3 videos. That's crazy. Okay. Let's do triangle now. Okay, and do I have any images of a triangle? Well, kind of. I think I have some better ones. I don't know. We'll see. I will just stick with this. Okay, again, here we go. A triangle, right? Now, this looks like an isosceles, meaning all three sides, all angles inside are the same. That's what I'm referring to. But let's talk about triangles. In mathematics, a triangle is a two-dimensional shape with three sides, three interior angles. Okay? 1, 2, 3. These two are for sure the same. I'm not certain. Well, they should be. Like normally it would be 60, 60, 60 for an equilateral. Okay, a two-dimensional shape with three sides, three interior angles, and three vertice corners, right? 1, 2, 3. Contact points, right? Let's see if I can bring up some shapes of triangles here. Let's see. Well, okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Snipping tool. Types of triangles. I'm just going to snip this. And share. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save it. We'll just call it types triangles. Good enough. Triangles. Okay, I'll close that. See if I can find something else. Okay, acute. Acute triangle is a handsome or beautiful triangle. Those are just jokes, guys. They're just jokes. Okay, I'll save that. Acute triangle. Still funny though, isn't it? You know you laughed. Come on. You know you laughed. I love it. That was the goal. Okay, and then we have this other kind, which is a right triangle, which means it's correct all the time in conversation. Oh, I'm just full of jokes today. Okay, and do I really need to go over all of them? I don't know. I don't really need to, but I'll just kind of go over some here. What was it? Obtuse. And then I'm going to stop there. Okay, guys? I should have had this prepared already, but I was, in my haste, like usual, all excited to stream. Okay, so I'm just going to open all this up again. Okay. Well, we'll start with right here. That's what we want. Okay. So, here's a more detailed breakdown. A definition, okay, let's just carry on. A triangle is a polygon with the fewest possible sides. So they're three-sided, right? A key elements, sides. Okay, let's talk about the sides. 3 line segments that form the boundaries of the triangle, right? They intersect each other, and of course they create a shape this way as well, right? Angles. the interior angles. See, this is the one I was talking about. It's isosceles, right? Definition. I just want to make sure. I'm just going off memory here. End of an isosceles triangle. Okay, yes. The definition of an isosceles triangle is type triangle has any two sides equal in length. Okay. Oh, it's right there. I'm not reading it correctly. Equilateral. That's the word I was looking for. All right, my bad, guys. Thank God I got this image for you. Kind of refreshing my memory on the fly here a little bit as well. The two angles of an isosceles triangle opposite two equal sides are okay. I'm going to stop there. But these ticks, I should have looked at the image. But what they mean is this side and this side are exactly the same length. Okay, that's what it means. This one's not the same length. This one here has 3 ticks. That means all 3 sides are the same length. Okay, but you can still make 2 right triangles. Here's a right triangle with a 90-degree corner. If I drew an imaginary line here, you would have actually 2 right triangles. They're just mirrored. Okay, same thing with an isosceles. It'd be the same thing. Okay, again, a right triangle has to have a 90-degree angle. Okay, guys, get used to this. This is a very common triangle. It's used a lot. Okay, it even has its own formula, special formula and everything, which we'll get into. Okay, vertices, the points where the sides intersect, also known as corners. I guess you could call them corners, where they intersect. Angle sum property. This is important. Remember this one. This is for every triangle, guys. Every triangle. The sum, so if you add up the 3 interior angles, for example, 60 plus 60 plus 60, the sum of the 3 interior angles of any triangle is always 180 degrees. Okay, so for an example, this equilateral, 60 plus 60 plus 60. So you could actually, based on what I just said, all you really need is one value, to be honest. But as long as this angle and this angle, well, it helps if this is given, but because this is a right triangle, this angle and this angle, well, they're not 100% always the same. It depends on the length. So, yeah, I'm just thinking about it more. Having two known angles helps, so you can actually do the simple math to figure out the other angle. But we'll do some examples in the future. We'll talk about that. It just depends on the length, right? If it's a perfect triangle where this side and this side is the same length, then this angle and this angle will be the same. But we'll do some examples in the future. Here it says less than 90 degrees, so we don't really know the actual angle, so we can't figure it out, right? Acute is less than 90 degrees, and oblique, one angle is greater than 90 degrees. Okay, so that's kind of the breakdown of triangles a little bit. So this is a good little snippet. Types of triangles can be classified by their sides: equilateral, isosceles. Scalene is the other one, yeah. All sides are not the same, right? If you notice, that's what that means. Or by their angles: acute, obtuse, or right. Equilateral, all three sides are equal in length. Isosceles, two sides are equal in length. Scalene, all three sides are of different lengths. Acute, handsome or beautiful. All three angles are less than 90 degrees. Obtuse, one angle is greater than 90 degrees. And right, always correct in conversation, one angle is exactly 90 degrees. Okay, a triangle is a polygon with three corners and three sides, one of the basic shapes in geometry. The corners are also called vertices, are zero-dimensional points, while the sides connecting them are also called edges, are one-dimensional line segments. Okay, there is information on Wikipedia as well. It's a great source. Support Wikipedia. They're struggling, I'm sure, too. So that's that. And let's finish this last one. What is a composite figure in math? Well, geometry would be the same too, right? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Composite. Okay, here we go. I'll show you. Let me snip something here. Composite, yeah, combination. I think composite combination. That's what I'm thinking off the top of my head. So I have a quick example. I don't want it to confuse you guys, but we'll save this quickly. Just finding sources of information kind of on the fly here, guys. Save, close, and then I'm just gonna open that. Where is that? Okay, right here. Okay, don't let the weight, it's just a style of font, but you can see there's two shapes here, composite shapes. So essentially that's what it is. Okay, I wanted to give you guys kind of a visual. So AI overview. In geometry, a composite figure is a two-dimensional shape, right? Like an L shape, right? Normally you wouldn't see a line through here, but it's an L shape, right? So let's say it's all one piece, right? For example. But you can actually visualize two shapes in it, right? Tetris, boys and girls, Tetris. Okay, it's a two-dimensional shape made up of two or more simpler shapes, like triangles, rectangles, and circles. We're going to be working with composite shapes and doing area calculations. This one here is an example, right? Area 1 plus area 2. It's giving you like an example. We don't have to worry about that right now. We'll do some examples, but that's kind of what we're going to be leading into, guys and gals. Okay, let me finish up and then we'll end the stream. And then, yeah, this is great. We'll get right through this and get some work done, hopefully. Okay, composite figures. Let's see, where was I? Okay, examples. A house which can be seen as a combination of a square, like the base, and a triangle, the roof, right? Or even two triangles could be the roof. Roof, potatoes, tomatoes, doesn't really matter, guys and gals, because it all cooks the same. Okay, an ice cream cone, which is a cone, triangle with a semicircle, like half circle, the ice cream scoop on top. Just to, you can essentially create two shapes, an image with two shapes, right? Key characteristics of composite figures: combination of shapes. They are formed by combining two or more basic geometric shapes, right? It takes more than one to create a composite, right? Has to be at least minimum two. Area calculations. To find the area of a composite figure, you often break it down into its constituent. Why can't I read that word? constituent. Constituent shapes. Constituent shapes. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Terrible sauce, guys. Okay, let's go to the dictionary here. Not a word. It's definitely not a word I use much, or at all. Okay, what's the definition of that? Let me hear.
Constituent.
Constituent. Oh my God, I brutalized that. And I actually say that I speak English? Wow. Serving? What? What the heck? Get lost. Hacker? Get lost hacker? What the heck was that? You're getting control alt block deleted. Unbelievable. Can't even trust the internet anymore. Okay, I should put a delay on my searches maybe. Okay, let's see. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Do a delay on my streams. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, they are formed by key characteristics, combination of shapes. They are formed by combining two or more basic geometric shapes. Area calculation. To find the area of a composite figure, you often break it down into its shapes, calculate the area of each, and then add them together. Constituent. Wow. Alright, it's all good, guys. It's all good. Okay, similarly, to find the perimeter, you add up all the lengths of all the edges of a composite figure, right? So essentially, without even worrying about the fancy words, you figure out the area of shape 1, and then you figure out the area of shape 2. It's that easy. Okay?
Constituent. Constituent.
Constituent. Constituent, guys. Constituent. All right, let's go. Whew. There, we got the definitions done. That's what I wanted to do. We are finished with that, so lucky for you guys, I got through it kind of quick, and so this is good. 3 videos just got turned into 1 video, so it's perfect. All right, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, follow the series. We're going to be getting into more measures of area. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be fun, guys and gals.
And let ClickUp AI
so definitely stay tuned. Of course, I gotta skip a commercial here right at the end. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support on the channel. Subscribers, recent subscribers. Much love. Thank you for that. Parents and students, I appreciate your support as well. Thank you for being here. Again, hoping that I could help you learn and grow in mathematics, and that's kind of the goal. So we'll see you guys in the next video. For now, Johnny with Whiskey Tango Sharp. I appreciate y'all, And we'll see you guys next video. Take care for now.